let's see. Got enough mics going? We do. Make sure we got audio going. Good. All right. All right. Not working. Go. Welcome. Morning. Just a VO2 session for you. We do 75 minutes here. Couple things going on. That trainer row there on the bottom. Up there on the top. We'll bring in some videos here in just a minute. Thanks for joining in. Notice I'm running trainer row on nice resistance mode. And it really controls trainer. Everything else just puts up data. Hey, what's going on, Ariel? Morning, Patrick. All right. Yeah. Gotta work that. Got that workout loaded there on the bottom. Got some cool, interesting videos that I've queued up. Hoping it'll be interesting. See if I can lay it out properly. $228 here. Oh. Legs going. Should prove to be a pretty challenging workout. All goes to plan here. Okay. Hey, good morning, Pete. Alright, got a minute or two here, relax. Get video going here. Everything should be good. Turn the road in. Where are you? There you are. Alright, there we go. I'll sit there. Alright, Pete. This is a good one. First one is a guide to low carb sweeteners. Pretty interesting.
Oh my goodness! What's up, guys?
Hey!
We are finally done with our testing of every single sweetener under the sun.
Alright.
Goodness. We spread it out over a couple weeks. Just because, you know, back to back is just, it's not worth it.
Gastrointestinal discomfort. Okay, so here's what we tested.
Erythritol, xylitol, allulose, maltitol, monk fruit, aspartame, sucralose,
I know everybody
stevia,
uses all
and
these.
good old sugar. You my sugar.
Thanks. This is what we did for this test. Took our blood glucose and blood ketone readings as soon as we woke up in the morning. It was about 20 minutes after waking up. And we did the same thing every day. Blood glucose test, blood ketone test. For this experiment, since it's such a small window of time, the blood glucose is really what's telling you most of the information. We then tested the second test 30 minutes after eating these. Reason we did 30 minutes is because when you're just taking this stuff straight to the dome, it hits you pretty quick. So there's no like, you're not having it as part of a meal, so it's not like slowly digested.
Right.
You're basically just freebasing sweeteners.
And the results show that to be the case.
They do. Is what you're looking for is just your blood glucose to be unchanged, as if you didn't eat anything at all, basically. You know, all of this testing and stuff is not that necessary, but if you're the type of person who is eating a food that has one of these in it every single day, and it's a huge part of your keto diet, it might be something you want to test.
And we don't consume all of these every day. We mostly just take in stevia and erythritol in our baked goods.
Yep.
Let's get started.
Let's do it.
Sugar, a weird little tub my mom gave me.
This is the baseline for this whole thing. Okay guys, today is the big one.
Sugar.
So we're gonna do 25.2 grams of sugar, that's 2 tablespoons. And this is a lot of sugar. How good does it taste though?
Whoa, sugar. It all of a sudden came back to me what sugar tastes like, because we used to eat just plain sugar, right? It's really sweet, but it's also like subtle at the same time.
It is. It's more subtle than I remember it being. I thought it was gonna be sweeter. I mean, this is just clearly the best tasting sweetener there is. Okay, so it's been half hour, go ahead and test. I'm more interested to see if the ketones drop, because my theory is kind of that in a half hour, ketones aren't gonna really do much. That's a drop, right?
0.1. Wow. 82 to 127.
So that's significant.
135.
And going forward,
Huge.
for the amounts we test of all these different sweeteners, we do 2 tablespoons of sugar
Huge.
sweetness level.
Right.
So like for erythritol, that's a little bit more
That's
than
nuts.
2 tablespoons because erythritol is not as sweet as sugar. And our blood glucose skyrocketed off this stuff.
49 points for me
53 points for me, so that's, you know, pretty clear and concise.
in 30 minutes.
And the blood ketone results for all of these, pretty inconclusive for most of them. Like sometimes mine will go down, Mega's will go up. For sugar, they both correlated and they dropped 0.5 ketones. So obviously, sugar's bad for keto.
Liquid stevia.
Whoa, it gets all crusty on the...
It's the worst, I hate it.
So it's early morning, doing a test for stevia here today.
Yep.
That is going to be 15 drops each.
Cool. Okay. Not horrendous.
Pretty intense. 30 minutes.
Not bad. Not bad. 10.
A little bit surprised by my results. I want to retest it. This is one that I think might just be random fluctuations.
Right.
But my blood glucose rose 9 points, which is more than I'd like to see. But I'm a little bit reassured because Megas did not rise at all.
Went down a couple points, but that's not really indicative of anything. Yeah, so I have no issues with stevia. I continue to use it.
Same, but I want to test it one more time just to be sure.
Allulose.
This is the new kid on the scene.
Yeah.
And this is not a sugar alcohol. It's not an artificial sweetener. It is a rare sugar.
Back with another sweetener.
Allulose. Just under 3 tablespoons each. This is 70% as sweet as sugar. That's to equal 2 tablespoons worth of sugar. Look how much that is.
Like sugar. A little bit.
Picking up at 80.
Does it taste as sweet as sugar? Mm-hmm. It's very tasty. It does not, that's a claim, does not impact blood sugar levels.
Not a ton of products use of this allulose right now.
The new Quest bars.
New Quest bars and no foods products, like their big cookies and stuff.
I'd say green light on this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's one thing. This gave us the worst gastrointestinal discomfort out of anything.
You're likely not eating it in bulk like we did, but it's definitely something to consider when you're eating like a ton of their products.
So allulose, green light.
Sucralose.
Sucralose, little jar.
Cute little jar.
This is the stuff that you find in Splenda, but without the maltodextrin. We're not going to test Splenda because it has maltodextrin, which we know is not good.
Do something, yeah.
So we're going to do 15 drops. Sucralose is actually more concentrated than stevia on its own, but this has some water in it and like other things. So you go first. Is it bad?
Oh.
Whoa, that is very intense.
We back.
As I expected,
Yeah.
pretty much no impact at all. These like really concentrated low dose sweeteners seem to have the lowest impact of anything.
A lot of protein powders use it.
Yeah.
Pre-workouts and diet sodas.
Yeah, sucralose, a lot of people hate on it a lot. I don't know exactly why. Sucralose is not gonna mess with your keto diet.
Erythritol. So this is the second most used in our household. Erythritol.
We're gonna do 3 tablespoons of this, erythritol. This is one of the sweeteners we most commonly use. Is it tasty?
Exactly like sugar.
3 tablespoons.
Things we do for you guys. Which one's tastier, this or allulose?
Allulose.
I agree.
No impact.
No impact.
Wow.
Huge impact on your, again, like your
Distress.
digestive system. Yeah, this was the second worst digested after allulose. It's the best granular sweetener there is, which you'll see based on some of the other ones we tested. Yeah, pretty clear cut, no effect with the erythritol.
Right.
And we took a really high dose, so you know when you're eating keto desserts, you're not hitting that type of dose unless you're having 2 or 3 brownies or something like that. You know, if you're keeping it respectable, you're having maybe 1 a day. It's really not going to mess with you much at all.
Yeah. Monk fruit.
Today we got monk fruit, so we're going to do 24 drops each. 0.7, 83.
It's odd. There's like a strong vanilla taste to it.
Whoa. Yeah, definitely kind of vanilla-ish, right?
Yeah.
Back for our half-hour test.
Oh. Eddie.
No.
Yeah, we were excited to try it because everyone who's used it has
There's
said
no
that
aftertaste.
it tastes exactly like sugar. And we just had sugar.
Couldn't
mind
disagree
you.
more.
Yeah. It does not taste like sugar. It wasn't sweet enough.
It's not as sweet. It's about like 70%. This is just what I've figured as sweet as stevia. It's not as sweet, so you need more drops. And I don't like the taste of it as much as stevia. I'm more of a stevia guy.
The results were clear that, you know, there's no impact on your blood glucose. You're not going to have any issues using this.
Monk fruit is good to go for keto.
Xylitol.
Okay, today we're testing xylitol, and this is 1-to-1 substitution with sugar. "30 minutes.
All right, xylitol, we're not sure about you. Holy cannoli.
This is one I was interested in seeing.
A lot of people ask us why we don't use it, if they can sub it. The stats tell you why, I think, in our opinion, right?
Yeah, so the initial reason why, before even doing any of this testing, why I was like, we should use erythritol, not xylitol, is because this is low glycemic. It's 11 on the glycemic index.
Calories.
It's 2.4 calories per gram, meaning it's pretty, like at least over 50% digested by your body and kind of used.
And compared to erythritol, which is 0.2 calories per gram.
So the give and take of that is like, you know, erythritol is probably going to mess with your digestion more just because it's like passing through you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas this is a lot sweeter. It's almost as sweet as sugar, but it is impacting you a lot more, which we found out.
Yeah.
And taste-wise, we've never actually just tasted it on its own. It does taste pretty good. It tastes similar to sugar.
I was extremely surprised because so many people use xylitol to find out the results and how much it impacted our blood glucose levels.
This was the biggest takeaway out of this whole thing for me.
Yeah.
It affected us both about half as much as sugar.
Like 25 points.
Yeah, 25 points. So like...
This is a no-go.
I would say it's a no-go, yeah.
It's on my do not consume list for sure. Personally, I had a good amount of digestive discomfort.
I did not have any.
Yeah, but I did. So, and again, you're not eating it on an empty stomach in bulk in the morning.
Yeah, so this was a cool takeaway for us. We learned about xylitol.
Maltitol.
You guys love this one.
And you still consume it. Why? Early morning maltitol drink. The one we've been dreading, so we've been pushing it off.
So we have 50 grams of it here.
Oh God, it's so thick. It's a consistency I've never tasted. This seems very unnatural for the body.
This is almost like melted gummy bears is what the consistency is like.
I'm gonna die today. I'm gonna die on the toilet.
It's actually not that sweet.
We are back.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Oh my gosh. So this is cool. They hit you right on the back with a 0 gram of impact carbs per serving.
And then on the front it says kid and critic approved. Russell Sorber candies, Atkins bars, a lot of, one bar, like a lot of protein bars use maltitol. Read the ingredients, guys.
So there's this myth that's being perpetuated. I don't know by who, but it's that you should count half of the gram of carbs in sugar alcohols. The people that say this are basically telling you to count maltitol the same way you would count erythritol, right?
Wrong.
That's completely, I mean, it's just dumbing things down and insulting your intelligence to just be like, yeah, just group them all together, don't think about it.
Right.
Really, let's just become smarter as a society.
How does it impact you?
Yeah, exactly. So whereas erythritol does not impact you whatsoever, maltitol spikes your blood glucose 40 points in 30 minutes.
Basically sugar.
Basically sugar, 80% of sugar.
Wow.
Maybe it's not as bad as everyone says. It is as bad as everyone says. When you see maltitol on the label, just read sugar. It is sugar.
Yeah.
Definitely stay away from this. Not diabetic friendly, not keto friendly.
No. But to my surprise, my digestive distress wasn't as bad as
Not
it
as
was.
bad. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, this to be super bad on the
We
digestion.
were like pushing it off because we were nervous, but then it was just like, oh, fart here, fart there. Not a big deal. Last, aspartame.
Aspartame.
Aspartame. So this is very controversial.
Super controversial. So today we have aspartame, pure pharmaceutical grade aspartame. We're gonna take 126 milligrams of this. That's about the amount that's in a Diet Coke. It's the equivalent to 2 tablespoons of sugar, same with everything else. So we're getting out the drug scale here. So that is what 126 milligrams look like. It's not very much. How bad is it?
Sweet and chemically. It tastes so good in diet soda.
Yeah, it tastes like when you just eat stevia on its own, where it's very, like super sweet that your mouth can't really handle it. Here we are.
Okay, so no impact.
Aspartame's basically MCT oil.
Joking.
As expected, no impact. Yeah, so this video, guys, is about how these sweeteners affect a keto diet. It's not about how these sweeteners affect your health, right?
Right.
So like aspartame, that is one that, you know, it's fine for keto. So when people say, can you drink Diet Coke on keto? Yes, it's not gonna mess with your ketone levels, blood glucose, really anything at all. It might mess with your health. So do your research on that.
Right. And make a judgment call.
Yeah, exactly. So like me personally, I'll drink a Diet Coke once every couple weeks. I don't stress out about these things.
Same.
Not part of a sound diet, obviously.
It's a personal preference.
Yeah.
That's it. Those are all the sweeteners we decided to test. We might have missed some. You let us know if we did.
The big takeaways for us, xylitol. Don't eat xylitol. I mean, in like small amounts, it's probably fine, but it impacted us a lot more than I thought it was gonna. Really, most sweeteners don't mess with keto that much at all. One thing that I think is cool that we learned also is allulose seems to be pretty low impact.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put the graphs of how everything compared on the screen now. When you're sort of troubleshooting your diet and stuff, you know, how people react to these things can vary person to person.
Sure.
But I do think our testing here is likely going to be what most people kind of experience.
For the most part, indicative of what will happen to you.
Yeah. So don't take this, you know, in concrete. I would say
do your own testing if you use something day to day and you want to know how it personally affects you.
Yeah, I just don't really know what mechanism would be at play to where like sucralose doesn't affect me, but it magically knocks other people out of ketosis. I don't think that that happens, but there's rumors of it happening. So, you know, do your own testing.
We are only testing our blood glucose and blood ketone levels. This is nothing to do with health. So if you get headaches from sucralose, stay away from it. But that's not what we're testing here.
As far as all this testing stuff goes, a $15 investment in one of these from Walmart can really tell you a lot more than the blood ketone meter can tell you. This is what tells you like how you're reacting to food. That's our sweetener testing. I'm glad we did this.
Me too.
Sort of opened our eyes a little bit.
Hopefully opened yours. Let us know what you think, what you commonly use, and
let us know what we missed.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas on future experiments like this for us to do, we love doing this kind of stuff, bringing knowledge to you guys. We will talk to you soon.
Super interesting. Guess we'll switch it up a bit. Go from informative to entertaining, and then back to informative. Good? Yeah. Alright. But we'll feel that going on today.
My name is Phil Guyman. I was a pro cyclist for 10 years. But at the end of 2016, I realized that I had to quit racing and get a job. I couldn't be the best at pro cycling, so I've decided to be the absolute worst at retiring. All right, welcome to Vancouver. We're here for a couple days. Our host and our guide is Chris from VeloFix here. Chris is the CEO of a good partner, VeloFix. I might have the record for being in the most VeloFix van passenger seats.
That's
Who's
true.
been in more than me?
Me.
Yeah?
But other than me,
other than you,
nobody.
so we're second.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so thanks for coming to Vancouver.
Yeah.
So real quick, retiring.
Yeah.
Like, you're terrible at it.
I'm not doing well at it. No,
you're really bad.
Nope.
So why?
The evidence would suggest that I enjoy this. I'm having more and more trouble denying that I like training and riding my bike uphill fast.
This trip is all about going after KOMs. I don't know if you're familiar with that concept, but Strava. In Vancouver here, we've got what we call the Triple Crown. So Vancouver's got 3 ski hills right outside the city: Cypress, Grouse, and Seymour. And some guys will ride that all in one day. It's a huge effort. I don't think anybody's ever attempted 3 KOMs before. All three in one day. Probably unheard of. I mean, nobody could even get their head around that. It would be probably, I don't think it's a smart idea, but that would be what we're doing.
Vancouver, for a town where it seems to be too cold most of the time, there's a lot of outdoorsy stuff. There's a lot of, everyone's pretty fit. So there's a, what's the park that we're gonna go to?
Stanley Park. Yeah, we'll hit that. We'll hit that tomorrow. I mean, the weather is fantastic. You know, I know you're used to LA weather.
Right.
But we call this a toque.
A toque. I'm
toque.
familiar with toques.
Toques. Okay. So this
way
is a toque.
better word than beanie.
Yeah.
Like there isn't a proper word for this hat, and toque needs Americans pick it up because toque is the way to do it.
Yeah.
T-O-Q-U-E.
T-O-Q-U-E.
Mm-hmm.
Toque. Yeah,
And
so
it's best with a little dealie. What's this thing called on the top? Is there a name
I
for
don't
that?
know if there's a name for that.
All right,
Not
it's
that
now
I'm aware
called
of.
an awesome.
Awesome. There you go.
Okay, done.
Yeah. So now you'll be warm.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's so much better.
Oh, yeah.
So for these KOMs that I'm going for tomorrow, what's the exchange rate on time? So if it's a 20-minute KOM, the exchange rate is 70%.
Yeah, you got about a 30% exchange rate. If you deduct that from your being an ex-professional, you have to add that back in.
Oh.
So then you'd
shoot.
be at 100%
I didn't.
of 30%.
It goes back.
Which would make it about 70%.
I was hoping I'd get a couple minute cushion. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Vancouver is also the start of the Great Trail, which is partly funded by my friends at Cliff Bar. It goes all the way from the west coast. It does a loop all the way up to the north, and basically it says it's 24,000 kilometers of trail, but all of Canada's connected. They have an app and everything, but
So you're thinking about riding?
very
it, maybe?
cool initiative. Not today.
No.
Not today. I'll do it one day. I'll come with a big beard.
That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll
That'd be
smell
awesome.
horrible.
I would. I'd be prepared to send you on that trip.
You have a Volvo fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. If I get a van,
We'll get a
to
van
drive
to
me
follow
around.
you around.
Okay, deal.
Let's do it.
Deal. So the cyclists in Vancouver have three climbs that they kind of test themselves on, right, Chris? And the first one we're going to do today is called Cypress. Not steep, but definitely like a climb. Looks super steady. There's not a whole lot to it, effort-wise.
Yeah, this is kind of the main one in the city. So one of the closest ones from downtown. People come up and ride, and as you said, it's not too steep, but big steady effort for most of it.
And the lookout is outrageous. Nice view of the city. There is some smog, I'm told, but the smog kind of looks all right.
Yeah, we call it forest fires here in Canada. Yeah,
right. Yeah, you're right.
There's no smog in Canada.
I apologize.
Yeah,
It's
it's
okay.
caused by natural disaster, not human-made.
It's an important distinction. Where are the cypress trees?
They're in California.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. We
yeah.
stole those too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they call it Cypress Mountain, to be honest. We should have done some recon.
There has
on
to be
that.
one cypress tree.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
If you're a hardworking business person, you sneak out of town, you do your intervals here at 7 a.m. and then you head into the office.
That's true.
Real
Yeah.
type A stuff.
Yeah, and you're in the
That's
office at
Cypress.
9, and then you tell everybody you had a couple meetings before that.
Right.
Yeah, that's standard protocol
Yeah.
on the West Coast.
Perfect. I didn't blow it out of the water. I think I got it by like a minute. It wasn't, 5 minutes. The level is high in Vancouver, as we figured, All right, that was Cypress. I didn't know I was gonna have a domestique on an e-bike playing hip hop for me. I guess there's skiing up here sometimes. There's some nice trees. Let's go see the next one. Between climbs, between suffering, and between your exercises, we recommend chocolate and delicious sandwiches at Thomas Haas Patisserie. Is that how you? Yeah. Just like I got it. I nailed it, and then I questioned myself. So Tell us how you ended up here. You have a cool story. So I just asked you a question to interrupt you. One of those foremost chocolatiers in the world is sitting right here in Vancouver.
I got evicted from Germany in my early 20s and thrown out of the country to Switzerland.
I have my grandparents for different reasons.
Oh, okay. No, so it's actually a little bit by coincidence, but to cut a long story short, I got kind of headhunted to become a pastry chef here at the Four Seasons Hotel and loved it, fell in love with my wife now too as well, and stayed here for 3 years, went to New York for a few years, worked for some French prima donna, 3-star Michelin chef, and then came back and ended up actually started in the basement of thinking it would be a good idea to make chocolates. Not that I haven't done that before, so I started when I was 16, and it turned into this little crazy thing, which doesn't allow me to write up Seymour or Cyprus in 26 minutes, because if you eat 3 pastries a day, you look like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would look much different from you if I was here more often. No, and there's just this little out of the way district, and then there's a Willy Wonka scenario in there that I'm very excited to explore.
Oh, you come at the right time when the butter takes over the kitchen.
Do you smell that? I think they can smell it. Yeah, it's not me. Oh my God. Wait, so this is butter?
Okay, so yeah, this is butter,
Yeah.
which we cut to squares for our croissants. 500 pounds a week.
This is for 1 croissant each sheet?
Yeah.
I just tasted it. Each one is 1 croissant, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Makes you like this or like this. If you want to get personal with chocolate, you can do it here.
I'm gonna need to be alone here for about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes is plenty, actually. Yeah.
Okay, so here comes the real question.
Okay.
So
8 inches.
that is
How long is strudel?
what weight can it carry? So anyways, your bike, I mean. So so you hammer up there, and then you think you recover fully to go up Seymour in the same kind of power speed? Or?
Right. When I was racing, I could do 2 in the same day and be just as fast. Now I'm definitely gonna be slower in the second one.
Yeah.
That's how it works. It'll
Yeah.
not be a good.
Would be.
Yeah.
You could still make it. Get the time of the skinny.
I think it's
Montreal
possible. I
kid
could go fast.
Who's 111 pounds, soaking wet, but he was 4'7" too.
Why is he riding soaking wet?
Yeah.
What about gross?
Should I get wet?
This is the most German thing you can ever eat in Canada, with quark cheese from a German farmer. Doesn't come with an Italian accent. Comes with a this is quark. Quark.
Good?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's not a chocolate chip cookie.
No, it's almost as good as a cookie.
We also have this rule: you do your own dishes. So I think this is the most beautiful climb in and around Vancouver. I call it like the real European climb. It's 12 kilometers. It's very inconsistent, steep, a little flat, a little steep.
Yeah.
Beautiful switchbacks,
Yeah,
and it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, all right. They all hurt. Okay, let's do it. Thanks.
That's it.
There you go. Killing it.
I did 34 flat. I wonder what the time was, so I had to get.
Yeah, it was for sure 34.
Oh man. Tell you, I had exactly enough chocolate. Any less, I wouldn't have made
And
it.
pastries, and
Yeah.
and sandwich,
Right.
and espressos.
All right, so the time to beat was 30 something. I wasn't having the live thing wasn't working on me, so I didn't know how I was doing, but I did 33:54. So I got 2 in one day. Definitely didn't feel as good as the first one. Chris said I looked better, but I think he was just being nice. So he didn't do that. But yeah, it was Tommy was right. Real Euro style. It's log cabin at the top. It's very Swiss up here. All right, that's 2. 1 left. Grouse, here we come.
So the last climb of the day is Grouse Mountain.
Grouse.
Set this lovely dam here.
Yeah, this is drinking water for Vancouver. Lions, 2 peaks up there. And then if you look up here, you see the gondola to the top of Grouse Mountain. And underneath that's the world famous Grouse Grind. So we're gonna do that after the bike portion. You're gonna do the hike portion.
Shut up, no.
See what the legs are
No,
all
I've had
about.
enough. This is bad.
So we've done the Triple Crown, not in usual order, if there's a normal order. And we're on the final stage, so we have two KOMs. We have 2 KOMs. And this is the final stroke, Grouse Mountain, last of the Triple Crown.
The steep, sharp one is the one that's
deep.
Yeah, I should have done that first if I was thinking this through.
Yeah.
Because you keep your high end, or what's done is done.
Yeah, you got to do it now. This is
1.1 miles.
Minutes,
it's
right?
5 minutes. It's gonna hurt more than the other ones.
Good.
And then I'm taking the van back, and the Velofix van drive me back. I don't even want to ride down. That's how lazy I am right now.
Yeah, I think you've earned it.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh,
This is not the first take because I forgot what mountain I was on, but that was grouse. Grouse. I didn't see any cypresses on Cypress. I didn't see any grouse. I didn't see any birds at all on this one. No birds. Vancouver is full of crap. Sorry. I got that one. Somebody's gonna kill that with me because I wasn't going that fast and I'm tired. People are hiking over here. It's beautiful. There's the trees and the dam and all that things. All right, I'm gonna. I don't know how to use this. Turn the camera off while I charge the. I was gonna put it in my mouth. We're just not gonna do that. All right, that was it for the Triple Crown. Tomorrow we just do a nice, pleasant ride, right? There's no. I don't have to be any Strava monkey tomorrow. No, we're just gonna enjoy the parks tomorrow.
nice.
Pushing onto the front, attempts to attack. Chavez is there as well for a green edge. We're getting onto those narrow roads now, and this is exactly what Lopez will be happy about. 2 riders going away, takes the 10 and the 6 out of the equation in terms of bonus seconds, and this is a move that could stick here.
It could, and Team Sky, yeah, they won't be too concerned about this combination of riders going clear.
It means, though, that Alejandro Valverde has to get involved, because if he wants to do something, and here we go with Movistar. Is this the moment that Alejandro Valverde has to go for the stage? And if he does, he will be very, very close to the overall win. It means the favourites must react, and the race has lit up in Catalunya. Dan Martin with another attack for Canadel Garmin, another chance to try and go away and do something. Looks behind, getting some gaps at the minute, and of course with that 1 minute and 30 odd, it's a chance. BMC are going to react though. BMC, the first team to react this time, past the Olympic Stadium. It's all happening here in the Volta Catalunya.
Dan Martin, well, he's got it all to do on his own, just cannot afford to hold back now.
It's a ride on the limit, right
Hey,
till
Alexander.
the finish line. It's
Morning.
bonus seconds they'll want as well, which is going to play into the hands of all those chasing behind. or Dan Martin. It's been a valiant attempt on a couple of occasions. For now, though, I think the bonus second is going to be proving to be just a little too much. It's a big chase behind and inside the final 500 metres now.
Movistar now looking after Valverde.
Uran behind as well, and here they go, Movistar, it's going to be Valverde on the left-hand side. Valverde going for those bonus seconds. Valverde looking for a third stage win this week, and there they are. Movistar take the win. 45 k's an hour. Richie Porte finishing in the group. He will win the Volta Catalunya, but of course it is Alejandro Valverde yet again.
Nibali, well, he attacked once, and here goes Valverde. His patience has run out. He goes in the middle of the road, and there's an immediate reaction from Kruiswijk. Bob Jungels just digs in. He's not going to accelerate to join the Spaniard, and Vincenzo Nibali just temporarily looks like he's in a bit of trouble. And Domenico Pozzovivo and Vincenzo Nibali are definitely dropped off the back end of that group, because Esteban Chavez is charging up the climb at the moment. He's got 125 metres until he goes over the top. Alejandro Valverde, clearly the favourite amongst these three, but don't rule out Steven Kruiswijk in taking the stage win. 200 metres to go, they come round. Zakarin sits up, it's between these two. Valverde starts to sprint almost in slow motion. Kruiswijk is still on his wheel, not lost contact, takes the inside line, but Valverde is going to take the sprint. A cool look over to the right. Alejandro Valverde wins on the Giro d'Italia. Steven Kruiswijk in second place, and now we stop the clock to see where the rest of the race are. Diego Ulissi finishes in fourth place, picks up points. Bob Jungels ekes out a little bit of an advantage over Esteban Chavez, and Kruiswijk has been imperious, whereas this man has shown weakness in spades. 147. Valverde's attacking on the left-hand side. Now Wilco Kelderman's got to do something about this. He can't let Valverde go. If Kelderman thinks he's in a race-winning position, he might be seeing his race win go up the road, because Valverde goes now. And Valverde might just on his form be able to get across to Lopez. Kelderman can't react. He can't do anything about that. Look at Valverde go!
8 seconds is the advantage for Kelderman over Valverde, and well, he's probably taken 8 seconds there.
This right-hander, this is where the 11% gradient is. This is the steepest part and the last part of really hard climbing in the whole of this climb. And look how quickly Valverde gets across that gap to Miguel Angel Lopez. No one else was able to do that, only one rider. Let's look at this stage result. It is Miguel Angel Lopez and Valverde neck and neck in the final now. Valverde moving to the front, Lopez doing battle. Too close to call. Valverde takes the final turn ahead of Miguel Angel Lopez. We all know about Valverde's finishing, but can Lopez match him? No, of course he can't. Alejandro Valverde crosses the line, takes a 10-second time bonus. Alaphilippe rolls. Wilco Kelderman gets ahead of Rafa Majka. Surely Alaphilippe will take the last of the bonus time seconds. Majka, great ride from him to pick up fourth place. Kelderman battling his way over the line, but victory overall goes to Alejandro Valverde. Valverde wins, takes a 10-second time bonus just to rub salt into everyone's wounds.
Yes.
Tom Dumoulin, the only one who managed to get back to the top 3, and the only one who managed to kind of attack at 1K to go. What hesitation went on there?
Yeah, I was already dead when I came back to the 3 of them, and I thought maybe they will look to each other and not so much to me, and I can go for an attack. But Valverde was so strong and so sharp in his mind still that he saw it immediately, and then it was useless. And in the sprint, yeah, I just had nothing left. Normally, I'm not so slow, but if you have nothing left, no energy, then I could barely hold the wheel.
Well, it was a great performance nonetheless. And let us go through the last sprint, because Valverde went on quite far from the finish line. Was it a strong attack, or he just held it for a long time?
Valverde? Yeah, well, I had a small gap to the 3 of them. I thought I would go early with some speed from behind at 250 meters to go or something, but then Valverde already went, and I could only get to the back wheel of Bardet, and I stayed there. So I think this is an honest result, not the result I was hoping for when I came back to the three of them, but it's like it is.
Well, it was a great show, especially when you came back. Thanks so much, Tom, and enjoy the rest of the season.
Thank you.
We're all familiar with the image of the Costco bulk shopper who walks out of the store with multiple 48 packs of toilet paper and economy-sized vats of ketchup. But whether you're a wholesale expert or just there for the free samples, there's more to this members-only haven than supersized shampoo. From secret price codes to the strangest items in the store, these are the best tips, tricks, and hacks to make the most out of your next Costco run.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
Membership?
Excuse me, do you have a membership card?
Sir, I work here.
Really?
You may have heard the rumor that you can sneakily shop at Costco without a membership. And it's true. You can use a grocery delivery service or a Costco cash card. Although you have to be a member to buy one, you don't have to be a member to use one. Of course, you could always ask a friend with a membership to get a cash card for you.
Can't anyone get one of those cards?
No, I don't think so. But I can talk to someone if you like.
Yeah, put in a good word for us, huh?
Targeting the bargains. Product placement is everything when it comes to smart shopping. And the best deals at Costco are usually in the center of the store.
You get us some shrimp? The big jumbo kind? 4 down, 3 over.
Author of Why We Buy, Paco Underhill, told Bankrate, membership stores, often governed by space constraints and the fact that those large club stores stock such an incredible range of products, put many of the bargains into what they call center court. Secret pricing.
Ooh, birthday cake. Whose birthday is it?
Look at the price, Carmine. At 5 cents a cubic inch, it's all our birthdays.
Most savvy shoppers already pay special attention to price. But according to Josh Elledge, founder of SavingsAngel.com, any Costco price ending in 97 cents means the item has been marked down nationally. He says those items don't usually last long because people buy them fast.
People absolutely underestimate how much money they spend at the grocery store.
If you see an asterisk on the price tag, that's your cue to stock up. According to Consumerist, an asterisk means that the item has hit its lowest price and won't be getting restocked. Same product, different name. Many of Costco's Kirkland brand products are nearly identical to, or even better than, their branded cousins.
Welcome to Costmart. I hope you'll take a trip by the deli counter today for a complimentary cube of jalapeno cheddar.
I'm lactose intolerant. Where do you keep the cigarettes?
One of the most popular Costco brand items is, surprisingly, vodka. According to Munchies, Costco's vodka is made from the same water source as Grey Goose vodka and has even scored higher in many blind taste tests, per research site Under the Label. Weekdays are your jam. The worst part about grabbing so many bulk deals during a Saturday Costco run is the never-ending checkout line. But just like most big box grocery stores, the worst time to shop is on the weekends.
Oh, hey.
What's going on, George?
Got the toothpaste and the soap.
We're waking up in that general store.
The crazy coupon lady says the lowest trafficked times at the big box retailer are weekdays between 3 and 5 p.m. And Costco manager John Van Gilder claims you'll be shopping in peace on any day 45 minutes before they close. Stocking up on the weird stuff. If you've ever been...
Okay. Yep. Nice, George. Morning, Justin. Just running in.
So I just finished my run and getting to the gym. Lately in the gym with the high mileage, I've been doing little shorter sessions, trying to get in and out in 30 minutes. I always make sure that I do some glute work, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm doing some regular clamshells, some reverse clamshells in different areas, some at 90, some in neutral. And I sometimes use a resistant band. Today I'm not. Just kind of depends on how my glutes are feeling today. I'm doing just more reps, like 30, 10 in each
And Jorgensen.
positions, both regular and reverse clamshells. After that, I'm gonna get into some core, do some quick arm stuff, and a little bit of legs. Something that I really struggle with is keeping one leg still while the other one goes down. So a lot of times I want to bring it in, and it makes it a lot harder if you just keep your leg that's not moving as still as possible.
Same music, please.
Pascal is not here right now, but he sent me stuff on the phone to do. He's with some of the Bowerman ladies in Europe who are racing. So I have 5 different core exercises that I'm going to get started with. The first one I'm going to do is the wheel. This one I really struggle with, trying to keep my back straight. My favorite ab exercise is I have to get on the ball, and I really struggle with straight back. So I like to do this in front of a mirror. I like to look over, bring my shoulder blades back, and try to have it straight back. And then once I've solidified that, I bring the knee up to the ball.
Oh, wow.
I need to reset because my back is starting to get bad again. So I always try to have good form. Instead of just getting through the exercises, I want to actually have good form. So I'll stop and reset. And I'm gonna move the ball forward and back, side to side, around in a circle, and also around in a figure 8. So I'm trying to keep everything stable except for my arms that are moving the ball. 10-second hold. All right, this next one that I do is another one of my favorites. It works both my glutes and my abs, which is why I like it. I do a half plank on my knee, and then I lift my upper leg up and down, which works the glute, while my abs are working as well. So this one is med ball smashes, which is a core exercise, but I always get my arms that get fatigued first.
Good morning, everybody. We're joining Wen Jorgensen,
Okay, this one
USA
is arm
triathlete.
exercise, but
The gym session.
keep your core stable. So now I have have 1 minute. Carries. I try to keep my back straight. Also activating my core. Trying to keep my arms straight as well.
Nice. Solid. I like that.
Trying to keep my shoulders relaxed.
Might have one more interval here.
Now I just
like Ryland's awake.
have a suitcase carry where I pretend I'm carrying a suitcase out to the side. 1 minute each side. Pretty easy for the first 15 seconds, but the last 15 are horrible. Now I have one arm, bent one arm.
Oh,
row.
shoot.
Okay, now I have 30 seconds halo, so I go around my head, one direction, trying to keep my head still, only moving my arms, trying not to have my back move forward and back. Switch directions. Big halos, standing still. Directions. All right, reach lunges are always hard for me. You're supposed to reach forward as far as you can, come back up, but don't lose balance like I did.
Here we go. Last one.
And then on the way back, reach lunges again, but this time chop. Ooh. Reach. Chop. That's it. That's from Pascal.
Nice.
Quick session today because I'm high mileage with marathon.
Hey, welcome back. We've got another mobility confessions. Brian McKenzie, unscared, power speed endurance, art of breath, great dancer, one of my besties.
Tiny dancer.
Dude, it's about time. You, yeah, I'm on a diet, okay? I'm so skinny these days.
You are.
It turns out being huge and weak is not as good as being a little bit smaller.
Just get shorter shorts.
All right, so here's what we're after. We're gonna, Brian recently, you may have seen on the Instagram, knocked himself out. Did a backflip off of the, over the crevasse.
The kids' gym.
And has recently had a little neck procedure. So we thought we'd just mobilize some traps. So what is the food that you eat that you're most embarrassed by? If you had to tell someone, like, there's something you like that's disgusting.
I mean, it's either anchovies, sardines, or like foie gras.
Like that's the thing you're embarrassed about?
I mean, people freak out when they see that. I don't know that I'm
Do you have like a snack food from your childhood that you're like, dude, once
it was
a year?
like Cheez-Its. No, I didn't have anything.
When you were running ultras,
yeah,
what was the lowest food moment you had?
Probably cheesecake or something, like on the run. It's high density. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? What is the worst job you've ever had?
Well, what's funny is my wife decided that we were going to pull all the bricks up in the backyard, and we were doing that, and she was like, "Wow, you're pretty good at that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I used to lay bricks."
Oh.
And so I
there
think it was
are
either
3 jobs that are terrible: roofing, building fences, laying bricks. Those are like the worst.
It was that or sweeping floors at Performance Jet Ski when I was like 16 or 17.
Performance Jet Ski.
That's right.
What's up, SoCal?
What's up?
So good. Quick question here. If you had to choose between, from Braveheart, the French Queen or the Scottish Peasant Girl, who would you choose?
Scottish Peasant Girl.
Movie Stripes or the movie Meatballs?
Meatballs.
Oh. Very divergent there. What are you working on right now?
What am I not working on is the better question. I think the biggest thing, most of what we're doing right now is obviously centered around the breathwork stuff we've been doing. But I think it's really delivering an app that is going to kind of put that in everybody's hand very easily, so they don't have to go through the cumbersome process of what we've really learned.
Do you think this is the biggest mistake? If you could go back in time and talk to yourself as a young athlete, what would you say? What would you focus on?
I don't know that I would have bought in to what it is I'm doing now. So I don't know there's anything I could have convinced myself back then of doing other than working hard and really hard at it. So, I mean, I have to think that, you know, I don't know that I'd change much, but that also makes me look at like athletes today and how open a lot of them are to doing a lot of the things we've come up with, at least between the two of us, like in the ideas around that and how new that is and what that looks like and like how scary that can be. Because I remember being a pretty decent athlete and being like, yeah, no, I just need to work harder.
Dude, I used to tell my coach I come pre-stretched.
Yeah.
Check this out. My C2 partner used to have to stretch his hands from middle flossing before he got in the boat because he couldn't sit, and we would mock him. Like, what's up, stretcher?
I don't know what that is.
So good.
I can work through that.
Recently, what is something that you have confronted, like in terms of a capacity or something that you just like slammed you, put you down? Something you learned recently about yourself?
That, you know, I mean, the whole act, you know, the accident, well, I mean, what happened with me was kind of a real kick in the nuts because when you're healthy, that is a very difficult thing to, like, A, deal with a spinal cord injury, and B, deal with a concussion, and being, and let's be clear, is Dr. Starrett was the first one to point out, after about 11 doctors, that I probably have a pretty severe concussion. What? And all was true, and you know, really coming to terms with that, and that is something I've actually dealt with athletes myself. Like, hey, yeah, you probably have a concussion right now.
No.
Let's work on some breathing rhythms around that to help speed that process of recovery up. So I think for me it was literally I have to slow down once again in my life in order to get back to a place where I feel healthy and comfortable. You know, because I don't feel healthy unless I'm doing a lot, right? And unfortunately, this really made me look at like, hey, yeah, you're gonna need to pull back and pull the reins back and really take a look at your life and slow it down so that it can so that you can get back where you want to be.
Let me ask you this. Top tip for bread baking. How long you been making your own?
Never let the starter die.
Never let the mother die?
Never let the mother die.
How long you been working on this mother?
This is a year and a half, 2 years now. Not that long.
Good dancer.
Hey.
Yeah, one starter, like you just keep the starter going.
One loaf. It's like one loaf. One loaf.
One loaf. Yeah.
Brian McKenzie, what do we find about you?
Powerspeedendurance.com.
Nice. Fine, bro. Fine. Still need to connect that interview down, Martin. Nothing coming through? Should be really faint. Trying to get the YouTube going. Ooh, this looks good. Oh wow. Nice. Like that.
Yes, sir. All the way. Going all the way. Lamar can do it. Yeah, you can kill it.
Give me another check here. Coming early week and a little bit broken. James, give me a check.
Almost there. Whew. Now I want to see him jump. Wow. Alright. That's it for today, my friends. Thanks for joining in. Oh, that's why. Volume super low. Thanks for joining in. Ready? Nice workout. It'll probably be outside. I'll be back on the weekend. Good day.